born like this, into this, as the chalk faces smile, as Mrs. Death laughs, as political landscapes dissolve, as the oily fish spit out their oily prey. We are born like this, into hospitals which are so expensive that it's cheaper to die, into lawyers who charge so much.
Hey guys, it's Stuart here from the Trekking Buddha blog. Today's episode, I'll be showing you guys how to set up a different configuration. I'm using the tools here provided by Mother Nature to make a better shelter out of a hammock. I'm on a steep, harsh environment like this. And I'll also be showing you how to patch up any holes that you may have gotten in your hammock the correct way, so where they're not spreading and in the middle of the night your hammock ripped and you roll down this hill. You definitely want to avoid that, so let's get set up here and see you guys in a minute.
Powder. We are born into the sorrowful deadliness. There will be open and unpunished murder in the streets. It will be guns and roving mobs. Land will be useless. Food will become a diminishing return. Nuclear power will be taken over by the many. Explosions will continually shake the earth. Radiated men will eat the flesh of radiated men. The rotting bodies of men and animals will stink in the dark wind. And there will be the most beautiful silence never heard. Born out of that. The sun hidden there, awaiting the next chapter.
Okay, so there's the basic setup. As you can see, I used sticks here to mount up my tarp just a little bit higher, so I have a little bit of extra room, and it is a wet, cold day here today, so all the rain's just going to flow right off down the tarp. Anything that might be blown over the hill, we're covered on this side and covered from this direction as well, so leaving us plenty of work to do whatever we gotta do. Okay guys, I've got my buddy Billy here with me. He's going to be helping me today. We're going to be doing a little filming, talking about hammock repair and installation. Everyone say hi to Billy. Howdy. Okay, so we have everything set up here now. I wanted to show you guys just how to do a quick field repair in case you do have any holes in your gears, especially something like a hammock. You don't want to put a lot of extra stress on a rip. It could cause it to give a large tear. So the best way to patch it is going to be actually using super glue, and instead of actually patching it with a fabric and needle and thread, you want to avoid that. Every stitch that you put through, you're going to be adding more tension and more stress to that area, and could eventually over time split right in half. And if you are on a landscape such as this, you're going to be rolling down the hill, possibly even get some pretty major injuries, so want to avoid that at all costs. What I've got here is just a small patch kit for a bicycle tire, and instead of using the adhesive in this pack, I'm just going to use some basic super glue, which you can get at the dollar store. It's very cheap, it's pretty good on fabric, especially something like this. And yeah, I'm just going to do a little demonstration here. These are the basic bike inner tube patches that I'm going to be using to repair the hole. As you can see, the hole is right here. It's a pretty small hole. Should be, not too much of a problem. So what I'm going to do first is just peel off the foil backing and just rip these in half. I got my two patches, and if you can get the plastic back off, that's good. If not, it'll wear off in time. It won't really get in the way. Sometimes I'll even just leave them on. And what we want to do is, first thing is apply some super glue to the actual patch. And the best way to get this to hold is to just basically let it sit on there and air dry for a minute so it gets nice and tacky before you stick it on. So we'll get these two ready to go. And I mean, we're doing this in cold weather conditions. It's actually hailing out right now, so I mean, it's pretty simple. You don't really want to mess around with a needle and thread in this case. It's going to take a lot longer, especially in these harsh conditions. You're not going to want to spend your time doing that. So this will work just as well. Make sure you get that super glue right to the edges. And this stuff dries pretty fast. So gonna go ahead and, there's the hole. Stick it right on there. And we're just gonna press and hold that there for as long as we can. And since it has this bright orange circle here, we'll know right where the hole is. If we can keep an eye on it, you definitely want to keep an eye on it, make sure it's not spreading anymore. It's very important, like I said. And we're going to come over to the back side here and do the exact same thing. We got our seal from both sides. We got a nice little layer of super glue on there. Just kind of press and hold on it like that. And about 10 minutes later, it should be completely dry and good to go. You just want to make sure it doesn't accidentally stick your hammock together. Kind of keep an eye on it while it's drying. And that's that. Simple, quick fix. Anyone could do. Very low budget. There's no need to go out and actually spend money on a E&O hammock repair kit. I think those are like $20 just for the kit. It's completely unnecessary. This little patch kit cost me about $2.99, and super glue was another $1, so it's about under $5, and you're good to go. A quick demonstration of a hammock modified sleeping bag. As you can see, I've got it sort of open right now, but you don't want to crush all the insulation beneath you. So if you modify your sleeping bag so your hammock can run through it, then you'll get a lot better insulation on the bottom side. Especially a day like today, it's cold and windy, and it's been snowing and raining and hailing, and there's just a lot of muck out there. It's going to be a pretty cold day, so definitely if you're crushing all your insulation beneath you, you'd probably be having a pretty cold night in the hammock. The wind's going to be whipping right through you, since you don't have the ground to insulate you as you would in a actual tent. As you can see here, the hammock is running through the foot end of the sleeping bag, and I have another exact same kind of setup at the top. I've just kind of cut my sleeping bag open at the bottom, and I've taken some webbing here and sewn it around, and some other webbing here, and attached 4 points to run a piece of paracord through. And if you need to cinch your foot end off, it's got a little cinch lock there to tighten it up if it's really cold. That'll pull it all nice together, like so. And the line runs up with a few different knots. Some people call this a rat tail. It's a paracord, just kind of simple paracord design. Same idea with the Atlas straps. I'm using the basically multiple loops for adjustment, and whatever the scenario may be. And this clips up to my actual carabiner right here for the webbing. So you know you're going to be using that anyways. Might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's basically what holds it in place. And as you can see here, it completely covers the bottom of it. And you got yourself a nice little hood here for peeking out. And same deal on the top here. That's definitely one way to keep you nice and warm in a cold scenario.